Hi! So, Collision is tonight. The card's fully released, which is, again, great for me. But quite a lot going on the card, so let's get into what we're going to talk about on Collision. Our first match on the card is Mina Shirakawa. We haven't seen her in a week or two. This is Viva Ven, I think her name is. I'm not familiar with her. Just because I'm not familiar, I don't know if she comes from CMLL, Stardom, or just an indie person who could be a squash match. I don't know. Someone tell me who she is in the comments, please. But besides that, I mean, I don't really know where this is going to go. I assume Mina's going to win, but I don't know if this is going to be a whole thing. I think we might get something with Mina getting attacked, but then that doesn't make sense because of a later thing. I think they've kind of just left Mina to the wayside with Orange and Tony, so it's a bit weird to have Mina just doing things. But honestly, if we're keeping Mina on a singles run, have Mina go for the TBS belt. You know, Mina and Willow have a little 1v1. I know they're both, you know. This is the problem. Everyone's tied up. This is why the women's tag scene doesn't work for me. It does hold the women division up terribly. But either way, looking forward to seeing who she is. Again, someone let me know who the person Mina is facing. But I like Mina Shirakawa a lot in singles matches. She's actually one of my favourite women on the roster, so I'm just glad she's getting some time again. But I've got the real knowledge to say it's going to be a good or bad match, so here we are. Next, we have Kevin Knight versus Scorpio Sky. A bit of a weird match for Kevin, but singles push for Kevin Knight, I'm all for. I adore Kevin Knight, you should all know this. Scorpio Sky's been getting a few minutes as of, last few weeks on the run, so it's not bad. I'm just all for Kevin Knight getting singles matches. I think the match will be fun. I think Kevin Knight's style will complement anyone, obviously. So, against Scorpio Sky, though, I feel like that could work. I don't know if you're going to have some, some interference. It's going to be a weird thing to, it just is one of those matches where it's just, let's just give Kevin Knight a match to remind people he exists. But also, I'm not against that. I love Kevin Knight. So, just give Kevin the win. Let's give Kevin a hell of a promo. I want Kevin to have a sick-ass promo on his own after the ring, actually. I think it's one of the only things I've not seen from Kevin, so I'd like to see that. But besides that, I mean, Scorpio Sky versus Kevin Knight, I imagine it's going to be what I expect, which is just great shit from Kevin Knight. Scorpio to look okay. I hope it's not more about Scorpio. It's got to be about Kevin. I hope Scorpio doesn't, overstay and I don't know what to, not overstay, but I don't think anyone's watching this match for Scorpio Sky. No offense to Scorpio Sky, but we're here for the jet. So, after this, we actually have a double, an intergender tag match. Let's say doubles then. Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir preparing for the mixed tag match here versus here against Tony and Cassidy against Skyfight with Zeta Steel, and I think it's Dante Martin. I forget off the top of my brain. I assume Marina and Yuta are going to get the win. They'll probably cut a promo similar to what Tony and Cassidy did. That should be interesting. Honestly, I've heard a lot about Zeta Steel. I've seen Zeta Steel have one match, and it was against... Who was it against? I forget who it was against. It might have been against Mercedes. I forget. It was a few weeks ago on Collision. I remember and everyone, I remember seeing people talk about Zeta Steel going, Zeta Steel's really fucking good. And that match was okay, so I'm looking forward to seeing Zeta Steel here. I'm a massive fan of Yuta, obviously. Honestly, I'm a fan of all the people in this match when I think about it. Maybe not Zeta Steel, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing more of Zeta Steel. This match should be fun. I'm looking forward to the Tony and Cassidy match, to be honest, and I feel like they've kind of not had a lot with Marina and Yuta going on, so I feel like this kind of makes up for that, maybe. Either way, this should be fun. I think, just honestly, if it is Dante Martin, I like the guy a lot. I think he's really improved in terms of... Dante Martin's one of those guys where I watched and I was like, he's really good, but, you don't need to see him every week. Now I'm like, okay, he should be a mainstay on Collision for me. Not a mainstay, but, more often than not. Hear a lot of things about Zeta Steel. Big fan of Marina Shafir, and Yuta. I just like seeing Yuta get matches because he's so damn good. So, this is a win for me. This is one of those matches where I realised, oh shit, I'm really into wrestling now. Instead of just being like, oh, it's a hobby. No, I'm really into this shit because I'm like, oh, I know all four of these people, and they're sick. I'm way too deep. But this match is going to be great. I really can't wait for this. So, after this, we actually have the parking lot street fight. I forget what the stip is actually called. This is with Eddie, Ortiz, two of the Rascals, one of them me and Wesley. I still don't know the Rascals by name. That's on me. Versus Big Bill, Brian Keefe, and GYV, Zach Gibson, and James Drake. Should be a chaotic hell. Realistically, if Eddie and the Rascals and Ortiz don't get the win, what are we doing? I'm happy to see Brian Keefe. I like Brian Keefe a lot. GYV are getting more minutes. I'm happy for people who like GYV. I'm not against them as much anymore, but, you know, I just... personal bias. In general, I think there's a lot going for this match. I feel like I'm going to have to make a video on Eddie's entire return run, because it feels like we're just going here, damn, to Eddie, and it's like, that's not Eddie Kingston for me. But in general, it should be fun. This match should be fun. And look, you don't get a lot of these matches often, you know what I mean? At least I don't get to watch them often, so these chaotic matches, and someone like Eddie who will go balls to the wall, I can imagine this being really entertaining. I wouldn't be surprised if this is like the main thing of the night. It probably will be, how much they've built it up and how, you know, beloved Eddie is. But then also, it's Eddie Kingston. His time probably will be cut. So, either way, this should be fun. Honestly, it's a bit weird that it feels weird, this being a parking lot match. It seems like it's just a standard Collision 8-man, but I'm not complaining. I'm looking forward to this, actually. I'm surprised I'm looking forward to this. The more I think about it, I am looking forward to it. So this should be fun. So our next match was a process due to Dynamite this past Wednesday, which is the GOA versus the Bucks. I cannot fucking wait for this. It is the winner, whoever wins this match, wins the spot in a three-way match on Dynamite. Whoever wins gets a title shot or becomes a number one. Complex shit. Whoever wins gets a match against FTR. So, this should be fun, pardon me. I really can't wait for this. I'm all for the GOA push. Massively. I love the Bucks. I'm a big fan of Young Bucks. Obviously, I think they're the greatest tag team I've ever seen. But Jesus Christ, I'm all about GOA at the minute. I've been about GOA since they've really getting pushed with Ricochet, but I've been a huge Toro Leone guy. Recently, I think he's really shown the guys are just a beast. And Bishop Khan's not bad at all. Like, this match will be incredible. I really cannot wait for this. I think, as much as I feel like this is quite a hard match to call, because it's like, it's the Bucks, you know what I mean? You want the Bucks in these type of matches, the freeways, but GOA will just be unstoppable. It feels like I want the GOA. In my opinion, it has to be a GOA. It has to have the GOA win, just because how good they are recently. But it wouldn't surprise me if they give the Bucks the win. It's such a hard call. Honestly, if they had a brain, I'd have this as a draw, maybe. So then you could have it as a four-way match at Dynamite, because that makes more sense. Because it feels weird not to have the Bucks or GOA in this match on Dynamite. So, because there's not really much set up. But either way, this should be fun. GOA are great. I'm never going to complain about GOA. So I'm really excited for this match. Honestly, I'm excited for a lot of matches on Collision this week. So that's really good sign. But also, this would be fun. I like GOA. I like the Bucks. And the Bucks, you know what you're getting out of a Bucks tag match. And I'm a fan of that. And also, I like GOA. So this works. This works a lot for me. So I actually missed something on the order. So I'm just going to either put this in where it should have belonged or just leave it here. I'm probably going to leave it here. We get a Tekla in action advertisement. So that means Tekla's getting a squash match or some shit. All for it. This makes me think Tekla might actually take the win next week. Yay! So that's really fun. I couldn't tell you who it could be. Honestly, I'm just happy Tekla's getting a match. And it should be singles, because get the hell out of the triangle. But I say this now because I realised on the next thing we had to talk about was we'll finally hear Chris Statlander's stipulation for the match on Wednesday. So it probably will tie into each other. Makes the most sense in the world. I don't know. I mean, give it a steel cage. Fuck it. Let's go wild. Just give it a steel cage match. I'd be about that. That could be really fucking cool. Besides that, I mean, could they announce a bit more, man? Steel cage makes the most sense to me. But then you'll probably have like an Australian street fight to take advantage, so they can have, it's got Australia in the name. But I think steel cage could work a lot for me. I think you don't get a lot of women's steel cage matches singles. Obviously, you get Blood and Good last year. But steel cage and Statlander's last similar match to a steel cage with Willow, Revolution last year. Was it? Yeah, it was Revolution, I think. Ooh, incredible. So, no, was it? I forget when the Willow and Stat match was, but either way, it was incredible. So, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to see what they say, because I like Statlander, I like Tekla as a match anyway, so give it a good stip, make it really interesting, because I'm hyped for the match anyway, and just give Tekla the damn belt. Ugh. So, after this, we actually get MJF's exclusive post-match comments after his apparent erasure of Brody King. This should be fun. I imagine MJF to come out with some heinous shit. Probably a bit backstage segments, probably will. But who cares? I was a fan of how they handled it a lot on Dynamite last week. They'll probably be calling out Brody. Maybe they make a stip for the match. I don't know. It'll probably just be hyping the match up, saying, Brody, you're going down. Think that's bad. You'll pay for this. Something like that. Something very MJF-esque. I say this like generalization with MJF, but in a positive way. I love the guy. So it's gonna be a fun. I'm always gonna be happy with an MJF promo. So I'm not gonna complain. This should be fun. But I cannot believe this is a main event for Collision. This is fucking nuts. We have a TNT title match, a three-way match between the current champ, Tommaso Ciampa, Roderick Strong, and Claudio Castagnoli. This is pure old-school Ring of Honor graps, and I'm fucking here for this. I adore that type of shit this match is setting out to be. Roddy and Claudio's a solid, tried-tested match. In terms of dynamic, we know what we're getting. That's always a banger. And this feels like a bit more of a... Last time they faced for the CMLL belt, it felt like they needed something a bit extra to define that match. I feel like this is a great example of that. Tommaso Ciampa looked great against Briscoe, and the presentation's just stellar. I assume Tommaso Ciampa's going to get the win. I think it'd be insane if not. But the match, I really can't wait for. I have not watched too much of Tommaso Ciampa in Ring of Honor, so I actually might go back and watch that. But if anyone has any match suggestions with Tommaso Ciampa in Ring of Honor, let me know. But either way, I mean, this is stellar. On paper, this is fucking stellar. I cannot wait for this. Give Tommaso Ciampa the win, and getting over two guys like Roddy, like Claudio, is such a great call because they're so tried and tested guys, and they're like, that's the scene I want Tommaso Ciampa in. I feel like he fits with those crowd, with Briscoe. Honestly, Josh Alexander, I've said it multiple times, I need that match. The shit like this, I feel like that's a great avenue for Tommaso Ciampa. And the match, I really think this match will be fucking incredible. I cannot wait for this. And I'm not really a big fan of triple threats. I feel like they're kind of hard and messy, easy to become messy. I'm really looking forward to this. This will be incredible. All phenomenal workers. So yeah, that's everything we have confirmed so far for Collision. Do I think we'll get any more things? I'm still surprised we're not getting a lot with Takeshita and Fletcher. Maybe we get something like that. But either way, they've got a lot announced, so I don't really know. Maybe they have something with Brody King. That makes sense, maybe. But we got that such a big thing on Dynamite. Honestly, if they had, I think they might do a hype package for it. But if they'd done a little small thing with Hangman or Kenny, or Hangman or Andrade now, sorry, I forgot Kenny lost. I think that could be fun. But either way, this is a great Collision, and Dynamite next week's going to be incredible in Australia. So either way, this Collision looks incredible. I think it sets up a lot of things nicely, and it's a lot of things I'm really looking forward to. Again, on paper, it's a great looking Collision where it looks a bit unmissable, but you'll see it online. But either way, the matches look great too, especially that main event. That main event looks godly. So yeah, what do you think's going to happen on Collision tonight? Are you looking forward to it? How do you think the triple threat will go in terms of... I think we're going to all assume Tommaso Ciampa's going to win. I think this match will be incredible. I really can't wait for this.